Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share some shopping tips with you when buying on Poshmark. You're not going to want to miss this, so stay tuned. So recently I did an unboxing of a Louis Vuitton Speedy bag that I got on Poshmark, and I got so many questions from you guys about the buying process on Poshmark and the authenticity of my bag. So that's what prompted me to do this video, and today I'm going to share with you some tips on buying on Poshmark, especially buying luxury on Poshmark. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Know the item. Do your research on what it is you want to buy. For example, the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag that I bought, I would go in store and look at a real one, get a feel for it, see how it comes packaged, look at the details of the bag, and match those up with the different listings that you see on Poshmark. Unfortunately, there are some scammers on there, and it's always going to be scammers, always going to be people to try to make that are trying to make a buck. So I'm not going to say that there aren't fake things on Poshmark, and maybe lots of fake things on Poshmark, but the way that you can circumvent that is make sure you know the item, look at the pictures, look at the details, and a little marks of authenticity to know the item that you are shopping for. The next tip is scroll through the seller's closet. So you found that item, you know what you're looking for, the pictures look good. You want to go ahead and scroll through that person's closet. See if they look like a scammer or look like a real person. What you tend to see on Poshmark is for the scammers, their Posh closet is going to have all luxury stuff. I mean about 40 different Chanel listings, 10 Louis Vuitton listings, and not saying that it's not people out there that can afford that type of lifestyle, but the chances are if they can't afford it, they're not trying to resell their bags for cash usually. So look at the closet of the person that's selling. Make sure it looks realistic. Look at the reviews for the seller, just like you do on Amazon. See how they are with shipping and everything. See if someone sent something back because they thought it was fake or it wasn't what the listing said. Read the reviews. There is a review section there on Poshmark. Make sure you read that before you go and make a purchase. Look at the pics of the item. Sometimes what you'll see on Poshmark is that people will post the stock photo or the designer's photo of the item without posting actual real pictures of the item, because the item may be very much beat up or whatever and they're not trying to disclose that. Don't be hesitant to ask for pics. Make sure you see real pictures like, hey, can I see the actual pair of shoes that you are selling? Can I see the actual purse that you are selling? And, make sure they're not stock photos. Look at the real deal and look at the serial numbers, look at the style number, Google the style number, make sure the item matches the description. The next thing I want to talk about is pricing. So pricing is a two-pronged discussion. The first prong is anything that you purchase over $500 on Poshmark doesn't come directly to you. It gets shipped to their headquarters in California where they authenticate the item, repackage it, and then send it off to you. Now, for the things that I've purchased over $500, I found this service to be an extra peace of mind. It's definitely been worth it. I don't feel like I've been duped. Poshmark has never interfered in a sale and said that, hey, this listing wasn't real. So there is that checkpoint in place to give you an extra peace of mind when you're spending a nice chunk of change. If you ask me, I think they should do it for like $300 and more, but they only do it for $500 or more. So that could be another peace of mind for you. For example, let's say you're shopping for an item. Here's an item that teeters around the 500 mark is Christian Louboutin shoes. Most of them, I think because they retail at like $625 or $650 or something, a good used pair will go around $550 or so for on Poshmark. If it's two used, maybe less. But if you stay above that $500 mark, you can get the shoes authenticated by Poshmark with their warranty or whatever. That is, for me, one of the opportunities where it's not always good to get a good deal. And what I mean by that is just because, if you see a black pair of Louboutins and you see one pair for $450 and one pair for $525, I would buy the $525 pair just because that is such a highly replicated item. And you don't want to take that chance of someone shipping you a fake pair. So stay above the $500, especially with things like that. Certain other things like Gucci, high-end Gucci purses or, newer Gucci purses, they're going to rarely drop below the $500 mark. So you're not going to worry about that. If you're looking for a certain item, you're going to expect for it to be in the 500. So you're kind of in the safe zone with that. But for the items that teeter around that price and that, resale price of an item like that. Like I said, the shoes will put you under the $500 mark. Try to stay above it. It's not always good to cut corners when it comes to things like that. That's a good chunk of change that you don't want to miss out on getting ripped off on. The next thing about pricing is what I call price baiting. You want to watch out for price baiting. And what that is that you can see an item that has been pretty much a good price, what may look like a good price for an item. So let's take, for example, a Gucci Marmont bag, right? The bag might retail at $12.95. This is a used bag. It has a little wear and tear, but you're still interested in the bag. And so you see the bag, it is listed for $600. Well, Poshmark has that make an offer button where as the buyer, you can make an offer to purchase the product at a lower price. And also a seller can offer a lower price to you than what is listed. I call that price baiting. When you see a bag that even though it's used, it shouldn't be that low. What they're trying to do is, get you to, bait you to liking the bag, and so that they can offer you a price below $500 to keep it from going through the authenticity check in Poshmark headquarters. Watch out for that. If the price on it looks too low, if it looks too good to be true, then it probably is. So beware of price baiting. Beware for an ultra low good deal, especially around that 500 ballpark, because all they're doing is waiting for you to like the item and show some interest in it, and then they'll offer it to you for like $4.95 or something to keep it from going to Poshmark. So make sure you stay away from price bait. This next tip is probably the most important one. Never, ever, 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 ever do business off the app. Like, people do that to this day, and I hear about it in the Poshmark community, and I'm just like, why would you do that? Once, scammers see that you're showing interest in an item, they'll hit you with I'm going on a 3-week vacation. Email me so that it's quicker, and I'll have my, my business partners ship you the purse from another state. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't have any contact with people outside of the app. The reason is, again, it's just bait. It's like, you'll see listings where they say, I have other colors available too. If you're interested, just email me. Don't email them. Because once they get you off the app, I'm telling you, it's going to be so irresistible that they're going to offer you a price $200, $300 below the listing and tell you it's because Poshmark takes a big commission, which is true. Poshmark does take 20% of the sale. But don't do it, because you have no type of warranty or track on your sale. It is almost 99.9% a scam. Just don't do it. So never, ever, ever contact people off of the app regarding a purchase. Never send the money through Cash App. If they have bank problems, oh well, too bad, so sad. You missed out on this sale. Just don't do it. Never, ever, ever do business outside of the app. Look at the comments. See what kind of questions people are asking about the item, and see the answers that the person is giving you. If there are a lot of comments, kind of like on YouTube, if there are a lot of comments and the seller's not responding, they're probably inactive, or they forgot that they listed the item, or they're using the item. So you want to stay away from those type of purchases. You want to look at people who are like ready to do business, that are ready to make a sell. Make sure that they're replying comments within the last 24 to 48 hours and stuff like that. If the person listed the item in January, although it looks beautiful and you want to buy it, but they have not, here it is, it's March, and they have not responded to anyone's comments, don't do it. Your money will be stuck in limbo with Poshmark. The offers will be stuck in limbo. You'll be waiting for them to ship. It'll take days for them to do it, and you might miss out on the same item if another listing should become available. So look at the comments and make sure the person is active. Go through the seller's closet and look at their history. You want to look at, items that they previously sold. You want to look at, other luxury items that they sold. Things to be aware of: if you see the same item listed maybe 2 or 3 times, I mean that someone has returned it for some reason. And Poshmark doesn't let you delete listings once they're sold, but people find a way to relist the same item by giving it a different description or taking a different picture from a different angle. So let's say if you see a pair of blue Louis Vuittons that have been sold in their Posher's history, and then you're interested in the same, it looks like the same pair, that's a red flag. That means that they sold them, they got shipped to someone, and for some reason they got returned, which is something to be very aware about, because Poshmark only returns when, you know, the description did not match it, or somebody is alleging that it's a fake and they investigated and find it to be true. So you want to make sure that you look at their history and look for any duplicate listings. Also, look about your Posher, like read that, see what it's about. People, of course, aren't, you know, totally transparent on Poshmark because it's not that kind of app, even though it's starting to get more social. But see how long they've been on Poshmark. If someone just got on Poshmark like this week, this month, that may not be the sale that you want to go for. A lot of scammers, what they'll do is after they take the money off of a scam, they'll reinvent themselves on Poshmark, you know, create a new phony profile and then hurry up and try to move the next batch of gear. So look for Poshers that have long history. Poshmark started getting popular like around 2017, 2018. I know I got on in 2018. I never had any problems with my profile. So like my profile will say Posher since 2018. That means that Posh has not shut down my account. My account has been consistent, just like on Facebook. My account has been consistent. I don't, you know, have any phonies or duplicates. And, you know, I'm actually on my way to become a Posh ambassador. Another thing is Posh ambassadors. Those are also always good people to shop from. That means they do a lot of listings, do a lot of sales. They have good ratings, a good Posh score, if you will, meaning very little complaints, but high outstanding reviews. I hope to be a Posh ambassador really, really soon. I'm really close. So that's always another peace of mind when you're buying from a Posh ambassador. So I hope these tips help you out when you're buying on Poshmark. Like, I honestly feel like Poshmark is the excellent place to buy, you know, things, especially luxury goods that you want to get at a discount. I love it. I just started getting into the luxury market on Poshmark. I actually started using Poshmark because there would be things that designers would, you know, make, and I couldn't afford them at the time. And so what would happen is, you know, they go to like resale shops and then they just disappear and you don't see them no more. But I couldn't get out my mind this cute BCB jacket that I saw 2 summers ago. And the way that I started finding things on Poshmark is I was, you know, searching for a certain type of style or certain boots that I saw maybe 2 falls ago that I couldn't afford because they were $400, and lo and behold, somebody was reselling them on Poshmark for $150, and this is like something that I wanted to have, even though it was 2 years later. That's why I started getting on Poshmark. And that is absolutely my #1 favorite thing about Poshmark, is that I can always find things that, you know, might have been I couldn't afford, or might have been too expensive or not for me at the time, you know, during resale. Maybe my weight was off for a 2-piece BCBG set or something like that. And it's just like next summer rolls around and I see it on Poshmark and I'm getting it. So I love Poshmark for that. I love Poshmark for the access to the resale luxury market. That's just another thing. And I love it because I'm able to make money off of it too. Like, I can sell my things on Poshmark too. And I think that's kind of what differentiates it from like the Real and Rebag and all that other stuff, is that even if you don't have luxury items, you still have something to contribute to the Posh community, and you get to earn your cash and save money towards things that you do want. So even like, you know, when I first got on Poshmark, I had things to contribute. I saw no value in them in my closet, but they made me some dollars. So I just, you know, encourage everybody, get on there, Poshmark, buy, sell. I absolutely love the app. Like, I actually love Poshmark. They're probably going to do, you know, big things in the future. They now have credit for buying things. If you don't have the cash right away, you can finance it. I mean, it's just thebomb.com. So that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.